listening to Average Joe's Chess, a chess podcast made by average chess players, but exceptional lovers.
We're gonna make love to you. Average Joe's Chess. We're gonna make love to you. Average Joe's Chess.
Oh, Jophers, what a night that was last night.
It was a beautiful night. It was intense. It was passionate. It was. We should explain we were playing chess all night, but it was lovely.
We were playing together, weren't we? Playing with each other till late at night.
Gazing into each other's eyes. It was wonderful, man. We so we were looking to start maybe a little speed run type thing. So, you know, the thing we talk about every week, can we take me, an average Joe, and kind of take me all the way up to a grandmaster level? The answer, quick answer is no, but we started it last night, and we started it, and it was good fun, wasn't it?
Oh, Jophers, it was great fun, and this is episode 17, and we're going to talk about it later on, aren't we?
I can't wait, man. Yeah, we need to recap on it.
It was actually really good, I've got to say. I wasn't too sure at first, and just watch... Anyway, let's recap in a bit, Joe, first. So, yeah, I nearly said game week 17. I've got the FPL, the Fantasy Premier League on my mind.
You got fancy football in your head, ain't you?
Oh, it's game week 2 in that, isn't it?
Yeah, but, you'd think with all that thinking you've been doing about it, you wouldn't be in rock-bottom position in the league right now.
I like to start from a place where I can build myself up, unlike you, who last season started at the top and then dropped at the end, as we know, and regular listeners will know, because you were talking to your girlfriend. And my challenge that I've got for you this week, which we'll also come to later, relates to your, your sexy thoughts, basically. So
you're going to ask me to break up with my girlfriend and focus on the podcast, aren't you?
Maybe. You'll have to wait and see, Joe, first. I know you're serious about it, because as you discussed in maybe episode 13, you let her piss on you and stuff.
Wait, what? Oh, jeez, it took me a second. I was like, my God, my webcam leaking or something. How do you know this? But yeah, that's... For the regular listeners, they'll understand that. For people who have just come, they will think I'm pretty freaky, which I am not.
Oh, Joe, we're not judgy. Everyone can do what they want.
Exactly.
It's fine. So, Jophers, how's your chess week been?
So up until last night, it'd been pretty average, kind of up and down, nothing too special. Been focusing a lot on tactics after what Jesse had said in our last episode. For people who weren't there, Jesse Cohen, National Master, he kind of told us, get on top of your tactics. Al, you created...
I don't know if I created it. I'm sure it exists.
It definitely was not World National Tactic Chess Puzzle Week or whatever you called it.
I think it was called World Chess Tactics Week, and I think it was, because I did a lot of tactics this week.
I followed it as well, and I loved it. I genuinely getting really into my tactics now, to the point where I'm just, kind of neglecting my chess, and I don't even care. I'm just loving it. It's worth it, though.
Jesse said last week, didn't he, that if you were to devote 30 minutes a day to your tactics, not just you, everybody, you'd just see great improvements.
Apart from to my social life, that would take a massive hit. How's your chess week been, Al?
So, like you, to celebrate World Chess Tactics Week, I devoted a week to doing a lot of tactics on chess.com.
Yep.
Really enjoying them on there as well. It was really good for tactics. So I was doing them on there. And, when you want to play chess, normally I want to play chess. I've got the urge, I'll play chess. Yep. I lost it by the end of the week. I just wanted to do tactics. And I genuinely noticed by the end of the week, I was spotting them in a lot less time than I was previously.
It's so easy once you realise where that solve button is.
The hint. But what actually was a piece of advice that Jesse gave as well, I think normally I rush them. And I'll be like, I haven't got it within a minute, can't be asked, or I'll hint, or just ditch it, or I'll think, what are the best 4 moves? I'll try that. Okay, it wasn't that, I'll try that. I actually looked at the clock on some of them, and I've been pondering 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then it's just that beautiful thing with tactics, isn't it, when it suddenly clicks in your brain.
And you get it wrong.
And you get it wrong.
It's even encouraged me to go and watch so Daniel Naroditsky is it's got a series. I don't even know if it's a series. It's just a one-off thing where it was him doing grandmaster level puzzles, and it's just you get into the swing of being able to solve the puzzles and getting them quite quick when they're a fairly easy level. But his ones, they were so intense, but they were just so addictive as well. And I found myself up until about 2 a.m. just working on this one puzzle. I just paused the video, tried to see if I could get it, and the way your brain has to work in order to solve those puzzles is just completely different. And I'm nowhere near that level yet, but it was just so interesting to see
did you manage
how the
to
Grandmasters
solve
do
it?
it. No. But I enjoyed it still. I know it sounds stupid, like I didn't actually achieve the goal, but I enjoyed at least trying to think of really weird ways in which you can kind of win this position. It might be like a 9-move series, and he just has to go through every single element and just say, okay, this one doesn't work because on move 9 this happens. So he's going so deep into the future to find it. It's just, it was baffling.
You know, when you're sort of outside of chess, do you spend that long trying to, work on other positions?
Previous reviews would say no, but now chess just it gets me completely different. I mean, we always say we're going to do an episode on like chess addiction and stuff, and we definitely should, because I think we got a couple of addicts here.
100%. So yeah, my Chess Week Jovers did a lot of puzzles. Didn't play as much chess as usual. Well, I didn't actually. It depends how we look at it. I did play chess, but I didn't play on my account a lot. I'll explain in a sec. But what I actually found was my blitz rating after doing all those puzzles just took such a tumble. I don't know why. I've lost about 300 rating points over the course of the last 2 weeks, and I'm playing, and tactics should just sharpen you up, shouldn't they? So I had a game earlier today, and just blatantly sort of put my queen into the line of attack, my clean queen into the line of attack, and sort of, just blundered her. And I was just thinking, why did I not see that she'd get taken there? And also, like these backward moves where there's a bishop, and they come backwards. And
all of your moves are backwards.
Anyway, my chess has been really shit. I thought I'd go back on rapid a bit more. Where I got my all-time high of 1617 or 1620. Lost there as well.
Really?
And thought, God, I'm just going to give up playing chess. I'll just play tactics all the time. Much more fun. But you know what? I think at some point, and interestingly, I was spotting tactics off the board, so that's not off the board. That's what we talk about with you, wasn't it, Joe?
Yep.
Your tactics. I was spotting them on the board, over the board, because that's what I was going to talk about next. My chess week this week actually involved your mum.
Are we talking off the board?
We're talking chess here, Joe, because it's your mum.
Right. Either way, fill me in.
And she's my sister, for anybody who hasn't listened.
It's a valid
Joe
point.
is my nephew, because that's the sort of link we got going on here. So, your mum was here for a week or 5 days or something. Your mum is recently into chess.
Like, properly into chess. Out
She
of nowhere.
really is. I mean, little story actually there is, she was in my local town. She went with my daughters shopping. I think she was in a supermarket and suddenly realised she didn't know where she'd put her phone. Thought she'd left it in a shop. You have that mini moment of panic. So most people would have that panic and think, bollocks, I've lost my phone, going to have to buy a new phone, cancel shit, you pay for things on your phone, cancel my cards. She said the only thought that went through her head was, how am I going to play chess on chess.com?
Really? I love that.
Genuinely, that's what she thought.
That's amazing.
So yeah, she is a proper addict. After just 2 or 3 weeks, she's been doing National Master Robert Ramirez's excellent lessons on YouTube. And Average Al's excellent lessons in my kitchen over the board, where I've been teaching her things like pins and forks. And we actually had a couple of games as well where we sort of stopped between each move and discussed options, and it was really good actually.
She said it was really helpful. She said that you mentioned something to her among the lines of, I think she was being too protective over her pieces, and you just said sometimes you can't keep your pieces, sometimes you just got to trade off, or you got to lose something here and there.
Yeah. Do you lose your pieces often, Chauffeurs?
24/7, man. Oh, it's shocking. It's awful.
Oh, so yeah, it was good fun doing that. And the other, what you said there is true, because I reckon a common misconception that beginners would have is that it's about holding on to all your pieces, and that's how you win a game, rather than just like whittling them down and ending up with more pieces than the opposition.
Yep. Sometimes you gotta let them go, Al.
You do have to
Let them fly.
go. Just
We need to talk about last night, though.
Oh, just like your rating, you need to let that go. That 1800 rapid.
It ain't moving, man.
We need to. I realise
Move
we haven't talked. We haven't done therapy for you for a while, Jofers.
I think I'm cured. I feel good. There's no therapy needed.
I'm looking at you now. I don't think you're cured. I can see you twitching there. Look, you've reached for your drink. You're going to have a little drink. It's made your mouth
pure
dry.
Gin. It looks like a pint of water. This is just one massive G&T.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so we need to get you... have you actually touched your 1800 rapid this week at all?
How do you need to ask? You can ask me every week. The answer will be no. I'm not touching it. Until I get those lessons in from like a grandmaster on how not to lose that 1850 rating, I ain't touching it.
You know this podcast, you know when we set it up and we were creating accounts together for things?
Yeah.
Like email and so on, and you told me a password to use?
Yeah.
Well, I've actually been on your chess.com. I've hacked it. Have you checked your 1800 rapid rating lately?
Have you actually? It's funny because you're laughing, but you know I will genuinely beat you up if this is true. Like,
good luck with that.
Like, all jokes aside, I will be livid.
No, honest to God, I haven't touched it. Your mum did.
Good.
So, okay, I reckon I know your password, and I'm going to give it to your mum and let her go on and just play on your rapid account.
I'm not going to lie, I'm not the brightest of people, so my password is, it's not going to be the hardest to guess. It's just going to be like chess. Chess 1.
Oh, so it was a good week anyway, enjoyed that. So yeah, let's talk about last night, Jofers.
Oh, mate. I woke up feeling used and ashamed and beaten, and it was awful. It was the worst.
You were, weren't you? You were.
Oh, my...
And it's all on film.
Genuinely? I said at the start of the video as well. I was like, what did I say? It'll be interesting to see when my first loss comes, because obviously I'm going to be starting at like 100 rating, then 200, 300, 400, and slowly build the elo up to where I usually am around like the 1800 mark. And I was just thinking, when will I get my first loss? I got it on the second game. It was awful.
You were rated at the time 200, I think, or something.
Yep.
This is our YouTube speed run we're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah. Which, it's not out yet, but we're thinking... in a week or so, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We're going to review the footage. We'll see how it goes.
Get a few games going, but it was good fun. I tell you, it was good watching you. It was just nice not playing, watching you play. And, you know, it was interesting to see how you lost that second match.
Oh, I was livid. It was down to the internet, wasn't it?
So you say.
So I said, it was a dead lost position, but I was like, right, if I just pull out my Wi-Fi now, at least I got an excuse. Always used to do that when I was playing FIFA against my friends online. I'd be so angry if I was losing that I'd just kind of like rip the cables out of the TV and the Wi-Fi and everything, and they'd message me and be like, oh, what's going on? And be like, oh, my dad was hoovering and he must have gone over the wires or something. Just, any excuse.
Always good to blame him.
You got to, he doesn't care.
But yeah, the speedrun was good, and hopefully... down the line, we're going to get some good chess players on who aren't us, who actually can play chess, maybe some title players. And that'll be really good. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I think it would just be funny and also kind of reassuring for people to watch two people who aren't that good at chess, trying to learn and trying to be better, and just having fun.
And have a bit of chat while we're doing it. I think that was the
just
thing.
Have a laugh. Yeah,
it was good fun.
It was lovely, man. So yeah, I can't wait for the next episode. I'm going to reinstall my Wi-Fi, make sure it's like backed up by 7 or 8 routers, and I'm going in on the Wi-Fi, just in case. Yeah,
you still haven't seen all the footage yet, have you? It's taken that long to upload it.
I haven't been able to see it because of the tears in my eye by just losing the second game.
But yeah, so Jofers, we'll let people know when that's out, won't we? We'll put it out there. Put it out on social media, maybe. I've got the Twitter account if you want to follow us on Twitter. It's at AVG Joe's Chess. Avj Joe's Chess. So yeah,
brilliant marketing there. Really easy to find, really easy to remember.
Avj, yeah.
Avj.
But yeah, we'll announce it on there. We'll announce it on here, and probably announce it somewhere else, won't we? I don't bloody know. Jofers, should we talk challenges?
Let's do it.
Do it. How'd you get on? What was our challenge?
So our challenge was actually... So we usually set each other a challenge each week, but this week we had the privilege of following a challenge that was set to us by National Master Jesse Cohen. And he essentially sets the challenge of turning our back on our screen or our phone wherever we play chess, and then getting out a mirror and then looking at the board via the mirror and seeing if we can still move the pieces. Are we going to blunder more? And it's just a bit of a head fuck. It kind of gets to your eyes. It's a bit of an optical illusion. It's just all. I pulled my fucking shoulder out. I really strained my shoulder. I just couldn't find a way to actually navigate my arm behind me without kind of just pulling something. So that was what.
What was your arm doing behind you?
You got to get to the laptop to make you move, innit?
Hey.
So you're holding the mirror in front of you, you got your laptop behind you, and then obviously
So
you've got to make the moves.
Hold on, let's get this straight. So the laptop's behind you.
Yes.
The screen is facing...
The camera that's in my hand. Or the mirror.
The mirror that's in your hand. Okay, I didn't do it like that, Joe, first.
How did you do it?
I just faced the laptop at the mirror and looked in the mirror.
You faced the laptop?
Isn't that the same thing? So I had the laptop in front of me.
Yeah.
Turned it round so the laptop faced the mirror.
Laptop faces.
And then I looked at the mirror image in the mirror. And then it just meant my hands were in front of me.
Yeah, that would have been easier, wouldn't it? Yeah, that sounds good. Because I was like reaching behind me. I was getting shoulder strains, bicep strains. It was awful.
Do you know, my daughter wanted me to set you a yoga chess challenge this week for your next challenge.
Ooh, okay.
And I think sounds like you've won. I haven't. I've got something else in store for you. And it sounds
I
like
could do with some yoga.
You could do with it, man.
I really could. Honestly, my body's aching today.
So,
I've got to be the first person ever to get a chest injury. Does that ever happen?
Ooh, I think we may have discussed this before, chest injuries. Like what happened, like if you could faint while you're playing, like over the board and get maybe... I don't know, a queen in your eye or something.
And if you're playing touch and go, you got to move that whatever piece your head hits first. You got to move that piece. So you got to be lucky with what your head lands on.
Hopefully, it's not embedded in your eye socket. I mean, that'd be
still
weird.
have to move it.
Oh God,
the game's the game.
You wouldn't want to lose.
No. Chess comes first.
Always. I did the same challenge as you. It's the first time we've done the same challenge at the same time. We have done the ice bath challenge that you set me, and then I thought, well, save thinking of something else, I'll just set that for Joe first.
Yep, very lazy, love it.
Playing chess in an ice bath, but we didn't do it at the same time. So this first one we've had on the same week. I found it quite easy doing it with my phone and just pointing the phone at the mirror. And then looking in the mirror at the phone. It's quite easy to do. So then I made it harder by using a mouse on a laptop, turning the laptop round, putting the mirror in front. It was tricky, I've got to say. It was tricky, that sort of coordination, moving the mouse. I was finding I had to sort of try and move the mouse first, if you know what I mean, get it in position so that I didn't lose any time. But I think I won one, lost two. I'm going to give it another go, actually. I did quite enjoy it. I found towards the end of the one I was using the mouse, it was becoming easier. Like I was just seeing things in reverse.
I feel like you just like any excuse to look in a mirror for a little bit.
You know me, Joe Fizz.
Yeah, your wife's been, kind of like knocking down the doors like, I need the mirror back. He's like, oh, I'm doing the podcast.
If I could find it. Here we go, Joe Fizz. I've got it with me.
There it is. Oh, it's beautiful. I love that.
So, yeah.
Sorry, this is just coming to my head. There's a guy at work, and he always comes in and talks to my colleague and says, oh, can I just borrow your mirror for 2 seconds? And he does this every single day and takes a little small mirror that she has, like the one that you've just shown me, takes this small mirror, but he again goes into the bathroom for maybe like 5-10 minutes, and then he comes back out, hands back the mirror to her. But she never realised he was going into the bathroom each time. And I just told her, like, you realise he's going into the bathroom with the mirror. She's like, oh my God, like, what the hell is he checking? Like, what's he doing?
What is he doing? Why can't he do this? So he's either looking at his butthole or something, isn't he? Or examining his undercarriage or something like that.
It's got to be something like that. But if it's such a private matter, get your own
something
mirror.
off it. Snorting.
Maybe. I don't know what he's doing.
Why would he use it in the bathroom, Joe Fizz?
I really don't know. This is why we need cameras in the bathrooms. I'm petitioning. I need to know what's going on. People will get on board.
Yeah, put that in writing.
Yeah. It's what you need in a college, isn't it? They will love that idea.
Because, we need you to do more on the podcast, so when you're fired...
Exactly.
You'll have more free time.
Everyone's a winner.
Oh, so have you set me a challenge for this week, Joe Fuzz? You're going to love yours, but I want to hear mine.
Okay, let's go for it. So, I'd say you're fairly creative, wouldn't you?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I'd say you're a bit of a you're a man. You're a bit of a you're like, I don't know. You just I don't know where I'm going with this, but basically it involves fire. I want you. Yeah, you like your fire.
Like
you
fire.
like wood. You like burning things.
I recently was lighting the pizza oven.
There we go.
Sorry to interrupt the challenge here, but just throw a little story in. I was lighting the pizza oven, and I was using a blowtorch, and the pizza oven's got a little hatch at the back. It's an uni, so I put a bit of wood in the hatch, and I was trying to light it, but I got a bit distracted, and it wasn't sparking, and the whole thing just filled with gas. And then suddenly combusted, massive backflash. Could smell a bit of burning had gone on, but ignored it. I was in the dark. I was going to ask what's
with the big burn marks on your face. I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, something's up here.
That's a filter. And then went in the house, and later that night I was in the bathroom, and my daughter looked at me. She went, "Dad, what have you done to your eyebrows and your eyelashes?"
No.
Yeah, I'd singed all my lashes. Yeah, not completely, but I'd had a bit of So
I mean, it reminds me of another story, but I don't know if it's appropriate to tell.
Probably not. What is it?
Remember the electric shock pen? No, another time.
We could share that. I don't know.
You sure?
Nah, don't share the electric shock pen story.
Okay, another
that was
time.
Painful.
Mate, the smell.
Maybe we'll recreate it for the YouTube
Never.
channel.
I have never been in the same room as that again. It's disgusting. But anyway, as if you
go on. Sorry, I'm a bit. Carry on.
Yeah, you're a bit. You like your fire, as you just said, and now that you've told me how unsafe you are with the fire, it just makes me even more excited to set you this challenge. I just want you to get some wood or some. In fact, it doesn't have to be wood, just any material, and I want you to make a chess artwork or anything chess related out of fire.
This sounds great.
So you could burn something into wood, or you can burn something into your garden or your allotment crops, or you could. You can keep it on fire and take a picture of that, or you can let it burn out and see what the artwork is in terms of the ashes and whatnot. So whatever you fancy.
Could I create like a brand sort of thing, where you heat it up and then stamp it into your butt cheeks?
Only if it's my butt cheeks. I'm not letting you do that to someone else.
Okay. This sounds great. I've got a little bit I could add to this. How about if I do this and then I love to pop into my local art gallery.
Yeah.
How about if I do it and then pop into the art gallery with my work of art, and I'll get them to appraise it for me and record their response, and we can play as well.
I don't want any art critic appraising my branded butt. I'm not parading in there with my butt cheeks and I'm like, I swear it's art, just take one look, I swear.
What if it was Brian Badonde?
Brian Badonde, he can appraise anything. I'd be happy with that. And what I will say as well is, I know Jesse is quite he's quite creative, and
he's a creative guy, yeah.
Yeah, if you are listening, if you want to set fire to some shit and let us know how you get on, if you're able to make anything creative out of fire, let us know, man. I'd be intrigued.
Oh, nice, yeah, that would be great. Oh, loving it. This is
what's funny.
Yeah, go on.
I've got my window open. Since we've been talking about this, all I can smell is smoke, so I think someone is setting fire to something somewhere. Someone's having a fire, and I'm just a little bit paranoid that you are outside my window just setting fire to my room or something.
And you're in the loft, aren't you? So
I am.
Okay, before you get burnt in some sort of fire, we better get on with the podcast.
Let's crack on. Give me my challenge, Jar. What am I doing?
I just think this is brilliant, Joe Fuzz.
Okay, go on.
You've challenged me with fire. I'm challenging you with ice.
Okay.
So you've had the ice bath, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
And you actually got into it, didn't you?
I did.
Quite an intense feeling being in that ice bath. Well, I want to ramp up that intensity for you now. I think you've graduated from bullet ice bath chess.
Yep.
And so what I'd like you to do, you like playing bullet. So this involves playing bullet. Now, I can't work out the best way to do this, but what I was thinking was, you know how your balls get you in trouble all the time? Like they lost you the Premier League title this year, didn't they? Not the actual Premier League, but the fancy Premier League.
Yep.
And you think with your nuts quite a lot. So what I'd like you to do is using a blowtorch. Now, what I'd like you to do is, you've got one of those ice makers on your fridge, haven't you?
I have.
Freezer. Get a big bowl of ice cubes. Go somewhere where you can drip water a little bit. Take the ice cubes with you. And then what I want you to do is play bullet check. Put an ice cube in your pants. Wear some nice tight fitting pants. And I'm talking underwear pants, not American pants. So
okay.
maybe some Speedos if you own something like that. If not, borrow your dad's. Get an ice cube, shove it in. I've tested this myself earlier, obviously. And I can say that there are more areas of more discomfort than others down there. And for me, it was a scrotal area. So I want you to get that ice cube right on your scrotum.
Yep.
Play a game of bullet chess. If you win, you get the prize of another ice cube.
Oh, beautiful.
If you lose, you don't, as long as that one hasn't melted. But you can't stop until you've got 10 ice cubes down there. So you need to win 10 games of bullet. Now, obviously, for obvious reasons, I'm guessing only one ice cube will touch your testicle area because of the surface area issues and stuff. But yeah, so 10 ice cubes. If you could get...
This is just sick. Okay.
Actually, remembering what you said about the photos of you in that harness and there's not much room down there. Just see how many you can shove down there. But let's say 10. 10's a fair number, I would say. So win 10 games of bullet, 10 ice cubes down the testicles.
I feel like this is a very low budget vasectomy. Like, this is just gonna freeze my little swimmers for good.
I am slightly worried about this, but you're not planning on having children anytime soon, are you? And I think actually sperm thrive in cold conditions. Look at Wim Hof. He's sired a lot of children, and his ball bag is one of the coldest ball bags on the planet.
But we don't know what kind of aesthetic damage has been done to them. They might not look great, and I don't know if I want to take this risk.
Jofers. I mean, just give it a go and then put on the Instagram. Are you allowed to put pictures of
I am posting that
ice-damaged penis on Instagram?
I found out the hard way that Instagram does not accept that kind of footage.
What, you've got a foot down there? Jesus, Joffrey. You need this challenge to shrink your footage.
A foot of bollock.
So, do you think 10 is a bit harsh? I was going to say 7, and then I just upped it to 10 on the spur of the moment.
Oh, I'm going to lie either way, so...
All right, then, yeah, let's say 10.
Let's just say we're doing 10.
What might be good is put the bowl of ice on the table. Maybe we can release this as one of our videos. We don't have to see the ice going in. That can be under the table.
Yeah.
But we can get the ice in. Maybe, are you comfortable showing your brother Luca your deal and all the business you've got going on down there? Maybe he can help shove the ice, like being
with all that ice down there, he won't be able to see anything, trust me. It'll be fine. It'll be very PG.
I just need to know that it's actually been carried out. So there you go. We've got fire, we've got ice, we've got... Beautiful. It's a song, isn't it? Fire and Ice. Nice song, that one.
My head's elsewhere.
James
this
Taylor,
podcast is ruined.
Nice, yeah. There we go, Jofers. That's challenges talked about, challenges set. How was your week, Jofers? I haven't even... How rude of me. How was your week this week? What have you been up to outside of chess?
Don't try and sidestep as if you haven't just tried to freeze my nuts off. But in the interest of the podcast, I'll say my bitterness until after the show ends. My week's been good. It's been my last week of my holidays up until I go back to work. I know, man. It's gone so quick. So I'm back on Tuesday. You're back at work next week? Yeah. But as we say every week, I am going to be leaving this job soon, and it's not too long until my managers hear this on the podcast at some point and just think... You know what? He's threatened his resignation every week now for 6 months. Let's just get rid of him.
Let's get rid of this bastard. We don't need him.
Exactly. But no, I've just been enjoying it. I've went for a lovely meal, shared some lovely stories, just had a laugh, just been enjoying life, man. Had a really good week, some badminton, some good chess with the YouTube stuff, and just enjoying life, just being happy. Had Artie round, who's my nephew, so I had him stay around yesterday. He's a little cheeky bugger, but he's going to be my little chess prodigy. I'm going to get him into chess. Gonna train him up. He's going to be Grandmaster Artie. I'm calling it now.
I hope so. Your brother's been training him, hasn't he? We've seen videos of that. In fact, that's what our topic is today, isn't it? We should have mentioned that at the start.
Oh, shit, yeah. It's a nice transition, but we have to transition into how your week's been first.
Well, thank you, Jofers. My week's been good. Your mum's been here, so it's been really nice having her company, playing chess with her, talking chess. Yep. It's driven everyone else in the house mad because it's just been chess talk all week. It's been great. Great week of chess. I can't even think what else I've done, Jofers.
Chess.
Chess, picked a lot of beans, picked a lot of courgette, eaten a lot of beans and courgette.
The gangster life. Yeah, you didn't choose the gangster life. The gangster life chose you.
Oh, do you know what I did, actually? I went to the gym this week, and I haven't been for a while. I'm in pain, Jofers.
Really?
Oh, my pectoral muscles and shoulders, my lats. I'm in a lot of pain today.
But no pain, no gain, man. They're looking good. Keep it up. Your chess moves are going to be so much faster now with those pecs.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, you'll be moving those pieces so rapidly.
Do you use your pecs to move the pieces, Jofers? Have you got, like, Velcro on your nipples?
Only because I've got kind of man boobs that I can kind of pinch together and actually pick up the pieces. If I had pecs, it wouldn't be possible. I'd be breaking the pieces.
Very nice, Jofers. So that's also a nice transition, your boobs into... It's not at all, is it?
Is it? I don't know if this is a transition into kids and chess, but let's go for it anyway.
Yeah, so we were just talking about... so this one came about, really, because... for me, actually, I thought, we've got National Master Jesse Cohen on board. Should we just call National Master Jesse Cohen Jesse? Because it's a bit of a tongue twister and everyone knows who we're on about. So we've got...
Yeah, I think that's fair.
We've got Jesse on board with this one. And as he's a good friend of the show and loves helping out, I thought... My youngest daughter was really good at chess when she was about 6, I'd say. Just loved it. She just shocked me how good she was. She liked watching the Danya speedrun videos with me. I got her a year's subscription to chesskid.com.
Oh, cool.
She loved playing that. She was doing stuff. And I thought, she's actually... And when I'm playing chess, she was pointing things out to me like, you've actually blundered your queen there, Dad, or you're missing stuff. She was 6 or 7 at the time. Maybe she was coming up to 8, I don't know, but she was young. And then she's lost all interest in chess. She just doesn't play, doesn't want to play over the board, doesn't want to get on there. I don't want to put her off. I do keep saying, should we do it? As you know, she's home educated. So I thought I'd put chess on our little curriculum, which is a little curriculum. And I thought I'd put chess on there, solve a few problems, do things. But I don't want to be pushy parent. I don't want to discourage her from doing it. She's got to do the stuff she enjoys, I guess. But I thought, why not ask I've started again. Why not ask Jesse for some hints? Because Jesse is a top chess coach. He runs Summit School of Chess over in Colorado. He's coaching kids in schools and stuff. He's got a team who coach kids for him as well. So he's the man to ask. So we asked him some questions. Obviously, I haven't got them in front of me, but I know you have, Jofers.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, what did we ask him?
I mean, the first question I thought was quite an interesting one. Was, should you let the kid win when you're playing against them? I don't know what your experience was with your daughter, whether you was kind of thrashing her or kind of going easy. How did you kind of approach that?
I'm a complete bastard. I'll win everything.
Really? You got to teach him a lesson, man.
Do you know, I've never really liked to let my kids win at things. Not because
I wonder why she lost her interest in chess. Where do you think that came from?
It's not the competitive me. It's I want them to know that they've won because they can actually beat me. You know, I don't think it's... I don't know, that's just the way I am. So when I've... done chess with kids in school at the chess club, I like to, I don't let them win either. If they can, except the one girl who I didn't let win, but she was beating me, so I had to pretend at that point that I'd blundered pieces to see if she was clever enough to spot my blunders.
Got to be done now.
Oh yeah, otherwise she'd lose faith in her coach, wouldn't she, if she knew that was crap. But no, I'm not into letting them win. But I think Jesse said something interesting in his answer, if I recall, about...
In fact, shall we play the answer and then talk about it after?
Yeah,
let's go for it. Here's the answer.
I didn't, unfortunately, get to hear this directly from Hikaru's mouth, but I did read once that Hikaru said if his dad, National Master Sunil Weermantree, and very, very famous coach and previous scholastic director of all of U.S. chess, Hikaru Nakamura said that if his dad hadn't let him win at an early age, he probably wouldn't have gotten into chess the way he is now and would have found something else. Dads are supposed to be the ones that never go easy, never give up, That way you know if you beat dad, it's for real. However, I took this advice myself. And recently we went to some mountain town with one of those outdoor chessboards you can move around with sand in them. And I played my son a long game of chess, and I didn't capitalize on any of his big mistakes, and I eventually let him checkmate me with the queen in the very, very end game. So I made him work hard for it. And I'll tell you that he still remembers it, and he still loves chess.
Okay, so Al, what is it that kind of stood out to you with that answer?
Well, it was just saying stuff about how he played his child and didn't capitalise on their mistakes. Mm-hmm. And then let them win, but made it a long game, and that they still talk about it and still say, you know, I think that's quite a good way of doing it as well. But I don't know. What about you, Jophers? What's your approach to this? Obviously, you haven't got your own kids, but you know, how would you feel? Put it. You're not having any after this ice challenge this week, anyway. So, mate. So, you know, when you were a kid and we used to let you win everything all the time. So all those trophies that you won in our family sports days, our family cricket games, the ladies' invitational darts challenge we play each Easter.
And it's so nice that you continue to let me win at the age of 27. You could stop, but no, you've
won the table tennis tournament we had at Christmas and so. You know, we let you win. How does it make you feel now that I've told you this?
It makes me feel as though I don't trust my uncle anymore. Feel as though my uncle is full of shit. But if I'm honest, I did grow up in a family where I was kind of gone slightly easier on. So my dad playing football with me had never kind of go too hard. The one time he did, well, I'll say that, he broke my wrist this one time in a game of football, which to this day, I'll never let him, he'll never forgive himself for it. He was just taking a penalty against me, and he always went so easy on me, so kind of supportive, and just so kind of, I don't know, just never went as hard as he could have, even though he was like twice the size of us. And just took a penalty, and he just smashed it bottom left corner. I reached down, saved it, and then fell on my wrist, fractured my wrist, and he just ran over. He's like, "You weren't supposed to fucking save it." Oh, it's like, I only hit it that hard because I didn't think you was going to save it. It's like, oh, well, I am the goalkeeper. I got to go for it. And I think that was that's kind of...
Jophers, funny thing is, you said how your dad just swore in his answer there, and people might think, oh, he didn't. He probably did, didn't he? And that's why you just swear all the time, isn't it?
Exactly.
You just thought that was normal.
Yeah, it was easy on me in terms of sport, but not easy on the ears, and that's why I probably swear a little too much. But yeah, I'm of the same kind of persuasion as how he said, you know, Hikaru, how his dad would have put him off chess if he was to kind of beat him every single time, because... Yeah, it's just, I think you need to let your kids kind of learn. You don't want to put them off, but you also don't want to make them a sore loser. You don't want to make them get to the point where they think they can win everything.
I think it just depends on the sport, Joe. Let's say I was boxing with my daughter. I'm not going to knock her out. I'm not going to go all in there. But if it's chess, then I think I'm not going to thrash her completely. Probably the Jesse approach and string it out a bit. But I think you learn from mistakes. But, you know, it's a tough one as a parent to know what to do. The headmaster at the school where I coach, he doesn't want the kids to have an easy go. He played to decide what position the kids were going to play in the chess tournament. He sort of interviewed them by playing 6 boards at once.
Oh, cool.
And he's not a great chess player himself, but he can play. And I said, oh, how did they get on? He went, I thrashed all of them. He loved it.
That's amazing. You got to go for it. You got to feel good about yourself.
Exactly. So what was question? What else did we ask, Jophers? What other advice can we give people out there?
So we were wondering if you've got a kid who is interested in chess and you want to get them into chess, what resources are actually out there that can kind of assist you with that? And this is what he said.
For children especially, the online resources are the way to go. They need that interactive, engaging screen, unfortunately, these days. I also just think it's really, really great. I use ChessKit a lot just because, again, I've found no other website that is nearly as engaging, animated, and interactive. I think that that's the best way to go. However, like I've told both of you gentlemen, if I can get my kid to do tactics from a book, then I'm going to do that because I know it's in their best interest.
Okay, so what do you think of that, Al? I thought it was quite interesting because, obviously, like he mentioned as well, last week he was telling us to try and get away from the internet, get away from chess.com every now and again and do your tactics and puzzles in a book. But it seems to kind of flip on its head when it comes to the younger generations because it is so engaging online, it's very interactive, and it probably is their kind of, I don't know, a good forum for them to learn.
It's their jam, innit? It's what they do.
Yeah, man.
Looking at a screen, doing the chess online and stuff, it can be so much more instructive. And also, I think with parents, you know, there's get a chess coach. They might not want to do that straight away, but there's plenty of chess coaches online who can help them. And I don't just mean in-person video. Although Jesse did mention how there's not a lot out there on YouTube, as far as he's aware, aimed specifically, or is any good and aimed specifically at kids.
Yeah, I think that's in his next answer, isn't it? It's and it kind of leads us on to, this is a nice little learner, man. Let's get on it. Let's do some kids YouTube chess.
I'm sure with your language and with me talking about your bollocks, it's going to go down really well.
Nah, you really want to leave your motherfucking...
Move that motherfucking queen, bitch. Yeah, they're going to shut us down.
Or I'll ice your nuts off.
But you know, while we're still talking about the online stuff, actually, and I did say earlier, I got my youngest, the chesskid.com subscription for the year. It was really good, I've got to say. It was, the lessons are really good. It encourages them to play, really does. And funnily enough, your mum told me not to mention this because she was embarrassed, but I don't think there's anything to be embarrassed about. And she was saying that she downloaded Chess Kid herself this week.
Oh, okay.
And did a few of the lessons on there herself. And, you know, I was saying to her, there's a mating pattern that you can use with the queen, and the king. So you've only got a queen left, and obviously your king. And I used to struggle. I'd be dancing around the board for bloody ages trying to mate their king. And then Chess Kid taught me that you should just put the queen a knight's move away from the king each time as if she was a knight. And it just ends up forcing the king back until he's on the back rank. And then it showed me how to... It's stuck in my head. So, you know, obviously it's worked for me. Watching the lessons with my youngest. So I think chesskid.com is worth getting. I'd say it's good. We're not being sponsored by them yet.
You know, when you're looking at chess books and stuff, it's just, even for someone who's a bit older like me and you, it is quite hard to stay focused. So if you're at that age where you just want to be on the move all the time, you want to be active, you want to just be kind of enjoying life, you want to be seeing some colours, you want to be seeing some just nice sounds and all that shit.
I mean, I grew up playing chess. We didn't have online interactive stuff. I had a chess computer briefly. I used to just get my board out and I'd play against myself or my budgerigar, Bobby. And we'd have a game somehow. I don't know how he played, but I used to pretend I was playing him. The only thing I remember that wasn't books and that, there was a TV show on in the 70s or 80s in the UK. They used to, in the summer holidays from school, I don't know, well, I guess there's kids' TV on 24/7 now, but back then they'd put kids' TV on for 2 or 3 hours, maybe 3-4 hours, I don't know, on every morning. Okay. And they actually had a chess program on every morning.
You're kidding. How lucky, man.
It was really good. I tried to find it on YouTube. I can only find the theme tune, actually. But, yeah. So that's what we had. And
I'm guessing that theme tune wasn't similar to ours.
Should have been. But, you know, people look back with nostalgia. I'd much rather have what the kids have now. I think it's great. I think if they can mix it up, then good. Joe, I'm rabbiting. What else?
Nah, it's all good. I love it. So our next question was... what's most beneficial for the kids? Is it a chess coach or is it their parents? And kind of what's the connection between the two and the relationship there? And this is what he had to say.
Now, when it comes to chess coaches or parents, it has to be both. A parent has got to be their child's biggest advocate. And it's even better if they know how to play chess themselves. Some of my best students have been from parents who said, Jesse, I'm a decent chess player, but I've taken them as far as I can. It's your turn now. And then they pass the reins on to me, but they stay heavily engaged. They are, invested in their child's training. They want to travel with them to national tournaments. It's got to be both. Got to be both.
Yeah, so I don't suppose you saw what was happening in the Chess World Cup the other day with Pregnananda. Sorry, we should say that while that last voice note was playing, Al was just kind of taking the piss on me, just being a bit rude. But we're going to move past it.
Well, I think we need to expand on it. We lost our internet for a second, didn't we? And then we've come back on. And I think your mum's cancelled the Virgin, hasn't she?
She ain't cancelled me.
Which is a broadband company in the UK.
It is.
I think you're going to have a few connectivity issues, but yes, I've got to stop laughing at your face.
Okay.
Carry on. Is that a filter, Jophers? It's actually... So yeah, Chess World Cup.
Chess World Cup. Pragnananda, this young 18-year-old prodigy, he turned up like 30 seconds late for the biggest ever match in his kind of life, and his mom was just so nervous. She's like pretty much one of the only ones there watching. She looks so nervous, looks heartbroken. He ends up winning, and then in his post-match interview, it kind of then zooms into the background, and all you can see is his mom just kind of smiling so much, looking so proud, and it's just a beautiful moment, just showing that I think parents have a massive part to play in chess kids' lives, even if they have got a chess coach, etc.
I was going to say, she probably... I don't know his mum. I know, for example, Jesse tells us that... And not just Jesse, the internet has told me this too now, but Hikaru's dad is a chess master and coach and so on. But most parents aren't. And there's a level... You know, I would say, without blowing my own trumpet, I'm probably better than most of the kids at that school's parents at chess, I would imagine, judging by what the kids tell me. And also judging by the fact that I'm a bit of a chess addict, as you know. And I think, but there's still, if my daughter was playing, there's a level I could get her to. And then it's like any sport, isn't it? You know, badminton, whatever. There comes a point, if they want to do a lot better at it, get a coach. And Jesse also said, play, you know, still have that parental input, didn't he? Not just hand over to the coach and that's it. Parents still need to get involved. I'd love it if my kids played chess and they had a coach, because I'd just be going and sneaking looks at what they're up to and trying to learn myself.
100%. I mean, growing up playing football, I was in the football teams where you got the coaches who were helping you, but literally every waking second outside of that, I had my dad playing down the park and kind of playing with me. I had my mum going over the park and just kind of helping me. Just so when I'm playing football with my friends, just looking over me, it's just it's always good to have that support and kind of even outside of the coaching, you still want to be kind of living that chess life.
You've got to do both, but get a chess coach. There are loads of coaches available if you haven't got one in person in your town. I mean, if you're in Colorado, you're lucky, you could go to Jesse. If you're in Florida, you're lucky, you could go to Robert Ramirez.
And Al, this is going to come as a massive shock to you, but there's this thing now as well called the internet and like online learning. Yeah. So even if you're not in those states, I reckon that Jesse and Robert can still help you.
Probably. But I was also going to mention on Lee Chess, and I think chess.com as well, there are just lists of coaches you can just approach. Tells you how much they charge, what their speciality is, what languages they speak, etc., and worth looking there for you.
100%, 100%. Right.
Next, Jophers, move on.
The next question we asked was how to encourage them and not to overwhelm them. And I think rather than going to Al, who just destroys his daughters and makes them feel bad about themselves, let's go to Jesse. Let's see what Jesse says.
What does he know?
The younger the child, the less time that we can expect them to put in before there needs to be some sort of positive reinforcement. So if I was starting off fresh with a child, then I might have them do 10 to 15 minutes of chess, unless they're really, really loving it, and then give them some positive reward. Something like that. Now, I know that sounds silly because chess itself should be the positive reward. However, chess doesn't become that positive reward until we feel good about playing it. And typically we don't feel good about playing it until we feel like we understand it and we have at least won a game or two. And so, again, shorter intervals, positive reinforcement, eventually let them win, and, a lot of positivity. I cannot stress it. When I'm in these classes, I give these kids simple stuff to do. Today, we're just going to castle. If you do anything in your chess game, please castle. And if you castle, I'm going to come and give you the biggest high five in the world. I'm going to tell everyone in the whole class how amazing you are. Let's do this. I recognize and appreciate the small things that we all take for granted because we've done them for so long.
I quite liked his answer. It's a very Jesse answer, giving high fives and kind of just encouraging them, make it, support. It's, we could all learn from that. It's beautiful. It's,
make it fun. I think that's
100%.
the key, isn't it? Keep it fun. Mm-hmm. It's a game. I mean, it's a game at the end of the day, isn't it? It's a bloody good, complicated game.
Yeah. 100%, and you don't want them to lose that interest by kind of just checkmating them after free moves and stuff. And he was saying how one day they might just focus on castling, and if you castle within your game, fucking hell, yeah, you did it, man, well done. Like, you blundered your queen on the second move, but you castled after, which is brilliant.
Joe, is that what you would say then? So is that what Jesse says? Because I really doubt it very much. So we've got Joe's average Joe's school of coaching. You castled. Fucking hell, well done. That's what you just said. You don't even know you're doing it.
I don't, honestly. Oh, man, it's awful.
You learn from the best.
You learn from the best. And next, we're going to go on to what I think is probably the most interesting question. It's something that I'm really into. What age do you start them at? What's the perfect age to start at? Because, shall we play his answer and then go into it?
Actually, no. Let me ask you a question. Okay. I've got 2 questions lined up for you. So what age did Magnus start playing chess? What age did he start learning?
See, this is an interesting one because I know, I'm pretty sure him and his dad were quite close in terms of playing chess together. I can picture them playing chess on an aeroplane without a chessboard, just kind of narrating the moves, playing kind of like... I'm going to say 4.
This way too much.
Yeah, I'm going to say 4.
Magnus. No, he was 5, and he entered his first tournament at the age of 8. What about Hikaru? What age did he start?
He's got to be young because his dad was a master, so I'm going to say 4.
He was 7.
You're kidding.
What about Bobby Fischer?
Oh, a little bit later. I'm going to say 8 or 9.
He was 6.
So we've had I'm awful.
5, 7. What about average Joe? Al, what about me? What age did I start?
Oh, I feel like he never really started, but I think the first time... And now I'm going to say about 12 when you got to secondary school.
Joe first. I was 4. I learned to play. So basically, we had Magnus 5, Hikaru 7, Bobby Fischer 6, me 4.
Yep.
Something's not right here. Right? I'm feeling like I should be a grandmaster.
Any day now. You've been letting them catch up.
It's going to happen, isn't it?
Let them enjoy themselves. But you've got that head start, man. You started at 4. It's time to just annihilate them.
You think it'll suddenly click, and I'll just get it.
Oh, 100%. Your social skills will go out the door. You'll just be amazing. Get chess out of nowhere. It's gonna be. You've got this, Al.
Should we play Jesse's clip here?
Yeah, let's go for it. So this is what Jesse had to say.
I'll just say that when it comes to starting your child at a certain age, I have seen no younger than 4. However, I have seen 4-year-olds with enough interest and encouragement from parents to get going at that age. However, it really does take a lot of consistency. One of the things I struggle with, especially in a school program, with like kindergartners, 5-year-olds, is they come to class, they learn the rules, they go home, and they don't do any chess whatsoever until they come back to class that next week. So guess who forgot the rules and then has to relearn them? So I say this to everybody, it doesn't matter what age you are. If you want to be good at something, you got to do it every day. You got to find a way to do it every day, at least a bit. The absolute peak time is supposedly between the ages of 11 and 13. For some reason, science has shown that the brain changes in a really, really big way, especially in terms of its logical processing. This is why we typically do not see any grandmasters before the age of 12. And frankly, I think anyone who is before the age of 12, I would be very suspicious if they earned it legitimately. But I suppose it's possible.
So yeah, it's quite interesting because he said below the age of 4, you're going to have a lot of trouble. They're going to forget the moves if they're not playing every day. It's going to be tricky. But yeah, kind of like 5 and onwards seems to be like a really good age. And he was saying how at that kind of age as well, kids just absorb information. They're like a sponge in it. Like whatever you teach them, they remember it so it's wow, actually, I've got a bit of a funny story about this. In terms of kids just kind of just learning without even realizing, just absorbing information for better or for worse. We were on holiday in Sicily, weren't we? And I was on the phone. I don't know if you remember this. I took a phone call, and you guys were just kind of discussing around the dinner table, like, oh, I wonder who was on the phone to. Could it be so-and-so? Could it be so-and-so? And I was on the phone to my mum, obviously, and I thought I'd kind of throw you guys off the scent, so I hung up the phone by saying, all right, I'll see you later, sugar tits, and kind of hung up the phone, and you guys are thinking, couldn't have been his mum, must have been someone else. And we didn't think anything of it, but obviously your 3-year-old daughter was there and present for the whole thing. And the next morning, she just walks into the living room, kind of like scratches her eyes, yawns, and goes, good morning, sugar tits.
She did.
And everyone just kind of looked at me like, oh, god damn it, Joe. Like, well done.
God damn it, sugar tits. I can't believe you.
So I do apologise for that.
It's true, yeah. So exactly, it's a good example. That is Joe first.
Yeah,
they pick it all up.
They do.
You know, when you said you were going to teach Artie, and I know Luca's teaching him.
Mm-hmm.
Just teach him random stuff, like some sort of weird chess variant that you and your brother come up with.
He'll learn all the bad stuff. We'll just teach him all our mistakes, all the openings that make no sense. Yeah, let's just really fuck with him. It'll be so funny.
Yeah.
And then, so he was saying the peak age in terms of when things start to click and whatnot tends to be between 11 and 13. So you know how you started at 4 hour? I think the second you hit like 11, 12, 13, you're going to be amazing, honestly. You're going to come into yourself. You'll be fine.
I think so.
100%. Because a lot of these kids, like Magnus probably, I don't know, was he a grandmaster at like 13, 14, something ridiculous like that?
Very young.
Very young. And we'll get there, man. We'll get there.
I wonder if a lot of kids are or people will be really good at chess, but not actually get titles, because you're not going to get a title playing online unless you're on I think the FIDE thing offers sort of online titles.
I mean, you get a lot of these chess hustlers, don't you, who are just randomers in New York City who
in the park.
They just wipe the floor with you. They're just so good. Your
mum's applying to potentially apply to get a chess table. You know, the UK Prime Minister, who I don't want to talk about really, but he's he's put money towards chess, and there's going to be chess tables. You can apply to have one in your park.
Oh, she did mention that,
yeah, and I think you could get ones that are not going to get vandalised, stolen, and so on.
Try me. You ain't seen my area.
But you can go and hustle, is what I was going to say. Or your mum. Maybe she's been hustling you her whole life. Maybe this is what it's all leading up to.
She is an absolute grandmaster, and she's just doing the whole, I don't know how to play chess. And then once there's money on the line, I'm done. I'm demolished.
Yeah, exactly.
Al, let's move on to the last question, because this is probably one of my favourite ones. It's why should you get a kid into chess in the first place?
Yeah.
Why should you get a kid into chess before we go to Jess's answer? Al?
Okay, my reasons would be, 1, so I've got someone to play chess with at home all the time. 2, I've got another person at home to talk chess with all the time who actually might be
purely
interested.
selfish reasons.
Yeah. 3, we've got a podcast and a YouTube channel, and it'd be great to get them on and sort of boost our own numbers by having them on our channel.
Every kid is a potential viewer.
Yeah. 4, they could actually have their own channels when they're older and make a fortune from chess. 5, I haven't got a 5, Joe, first. But no, in all honesty, my main reasons be, I just think it's really bloody good for you. Good. You know what I always say to my kids? If you can play chess, you will never, ever be bored. As long as you've got some sort of electronic device on you.
And you enjoy chess.
And you enjoy it. And you don't find it boring. But yeah, if you've got like, you must do it yourself. You're waiting for a train, play chess, do some tactics. You're in a doctor's waiting room, play chess, and you swim in, do chess. There's lots of opportunities you can even bloody do it in your head. 100%. If you're doing like blindfold chess, you can play. Oh, Jofers, I know we're dragging this podcast on, and we're going to talk about blindfold chess at some point. We're going to have an episode on it, but I really wanted you to tell about the story about when you played blindfold chess.
I reckon we'll have a blindfold chess episode next week. We'll tell it because it's a blinding story. Oh, that's a good pun, blinding story.
Oh, that'll save that one. Yeah, I played Jofers at blindfold chess, and the result was very unexpected.
Yeah, I can't wait for this story. It is a good one.
Yeah, let's stick with the topic. So, play Jesse's answer.
Finally, the number one reason that kids should get into chess is because it's part of the curriculum for schools in over 40, 50 countries around the world. It has been scientifically shown repeatedly just how good chess is for you. It improves us in ways we didn't even think. I mean, in some ways, like they say, it actually improves English and reading, and it improves obviously self-esteem, obviously logical thinking, 2D and 3D spatial awareness, depending on, I could go on and on. There's so many studies. But let me tell you the number one reason you should get into it, because it's fun. It is fun. If you make it fun, again, and not everything's going to be fun to everybody, but I don't know. I think that everyone in this world should do chess and soccer, American soccer, world football, just because they are the two most, they are the world's games. Everybody plays chess. Everybody plays football, soccer. I can go to a country where I don't speak their native language, and I can show them a chess set, and we can go play some chess, and I can make a friend, even though we can't talk to each other, outside of, technology and stuff like that. I frickin' love chess.
So yeah, it's pretty much what you were saying. It's fun, you'll never be bored, but also it's just so bloody good for you. Like everything from pattern recognition, spatial awareness, English, reading, self-esteem, confidence, all of that good stuff.
And even not English, if you don't speak English as your first language.
True, it's very true. It's just
any language.
100%, man. It's
you know what else I liked? I liked in his answer. He mentioned football as well, football.
Oh, I love it, man. He's slowly becoming our best friend, isn't he?
He is. He loves to play as well. Or we could get a five-a-side team together, couldn't we? With me, you, Luca, Jesse, Robert. I know, they're in Florida, Colorado. I don't know what the distance between those two places are. Probably not very far.
10 minutes tops.
10-minute drive
Easy.
from Florida to Colorado.
Let's get our geography podcast off the floor. We got this.
But the main reason he said is because it's fun. It is a bloody fun. Your mum is shocked at how much fun chess is. She just thought we were playing this game for I don't know what reason. Why else would we play it?
Yeah, exactly. It's just so enjoyable for all levels as well. It's
exactly.
You can play. It's good as well because someone who's 12 can have a fairly equal game against someone who's 30 or 40 or 50. It doesn't really. There's no discrimination in chess. You can kind of play against anyone. And also,
this is what I was stressing to your mum, that you don't have to become an expert. You don't. Nope. If you're playing on something like chess.com, Lee Chess, if you're playing on these platforms, it's going to match you with somebody with the same ability as you.
Yeah.
And so it's not like, unless if you're in a tournament, maybe different. But if you're just playing generally, you're playing people of the same level. So you don't have to think you're going to get thrashed every game. You're just it's going to even out in the end, and you're going to learn and you're going to have fun and enjoy it. It's the main thing. Have fun. It's a game, isn't it?
It's not like when I was in a football team when I was about 7 and we got paired against this team who also claimed to be in the under-8 and they were all about 6'3", weighed about 20 stone. Yeah. And then next season finally got kicked out of the league. It's like, yeah, no shit, man. How did you not know sooner? It's awful.
So that's you know what I was going to say, Joe. First, it's been a really good topic to talk about. It's encouraged me to get my kids back into it as well. Yep. But for listeners, if you could maybe share this podcast with somebody, because I think this podcast appeals to people who don't play chess as well. It's a fun podcast, but they might not play chess. Their kids might play chess, or they might want to get their kids into chess. They can skip all the other shit and just get to this section. I don't know, but this might be useful for someone, so maybe pass it on to them. That'd be great if you could share it.
Yeah, I'd love that.
While we're on the subject, rate it and leave a review, maybe. Anything else, Jofers, you can think of? We've got a Patreon page.
We have just anything that helps us out. It's just obviously goes without saying. It's always appreciated.
Us, much appreciated. So, I think, have we covered kids in chess, Jofers? Have we done that topic?
I think so. I think it only leaves us with one thing left to do.
Well, as the song title says, Jofers, we are not average lovers. We are exceptional lovers, or so we claim. Do that again.
Oh yeah.
Do that other noise you make sometimes.
Love it.
Oh, Jofers. Yeah, so what have you been exceptionally loving this week, Jofers? Anything? Have you exceptionally loved something?
So many things, so it's kind of hard to choose one, but I've been exceptionally loving making music again. I I challenged myself with making a jingle for when Jesse comes on the show, or Robert, and kind of having like a specific jingle for them. So like Jesse's Corner, and because he's a bit of an agony aunt for us, and he kind of like all our chess advice kind of go for him at the moment. Robert as well. They're just so helpful. So I was like, it'd be nice to have a nice little transition into it, and I've had so much fun. I've really loved.
Yeah, you gonna play one now, or are we gonna
no. I've enjoyed it, but I ain't been good at it, so it's it ain't sounding too good right now. But possibly next week we'll see if I've got the time. I'm going to record it, and I've written it all. It sounds good, and if we get the green light from yourself and from Jesse as well, then we could be hearing it next week.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, no, it'd be good, man.
On the guitar, or was it all done sort of electronically through whatever you do?
So I was just making some toast in the kitchen, just thought some lyrics, I was like, that's good, and then I tried to work out some chords on the guitar, and then got a little melody going, and just got a tiny little 10-second jingle that we could just kind of slot into the podcast.
Oh, I can't wait.
Can't wait. You ain't heard it, man. It could be shit.
About this,
We'll see. How about yourself anyway, Al? What you been loving?
Well, like you, I couldn't narrow it down, but unlike you, I didn't narrow it down, so I've got three things that I'm going to tell you. So the first one is my neighbour gifted me this little jar of this Japanese stuff that you sprinkle on your food. Ooh. At least I think that's what he told me to do with it, and that is what I have been doing with it. It's called shichimi togarashi. Have you heard of it? Mm-mm. It's just really nice. It's got
very jazzy.
It's got a bit of citrusy stuff in it. It's got chili in it, sesame seeds and other stuff. Anyway, it said on the thing, sprinkle it on noodles and rice, but I have sprinkled it on everything, Joe. There's nothing in my house that has not been covered with whatever I said it was called.
Oh, beautiful.
Everything. It's really good.
Try
it. Second thing was table tennis. I got the table tennis out again, put it in the back garden. Your mum likes to play. And last time I played, because I played badminton, I didn't enjoy the table tennis as much. I haven't been playing badminton recently. Played table tennis. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to play more. I mean, you were supposed to come here this holiday, Jofers. You haven't turned up. Mm-hmm. I think ditch work next week. Just ring in sick.
Oh, it's so tempting.
Don't ring in sick. That's not fair. Ring in, tell them you play table tennis. They'll understand.
Yeah.
And come and have a few games. So I've been enjoying that. Final thing was I made pizzas this week. I've got the pizza oven. Made them for your mum. I always go last. I cook everyone's first.
You're a good
man.
I have
the last one. Yeah, I know. It's just, I think it's not because I'm a good man. I think if I cook mine first, I wouldn't be asked to cook anyone else's. So I just have to know what I'm on about. I cook theirs, do mine, put mine in. I get theirs perfect. I should say they were beautiful. Wood-fired oven, nice bit of leoparding around the crust. They were the best pizzas I've done for ages, honestly. Did mine, balls it up every bloody time, sticks to the stone. Yep. Some issue with it. So this one, it was sticking to the pizza peel, which they don't normally do. It got a little tear in it. I shouted really loudly to the point that people ran in the house. And what have you done? What? They thought I'd injured myself. I was really irate about wrecking my pizza. So you know what I did? I folded it over into a calzone.
Oh, clever.
Shoved that in the pizza oven.
Yeah.
My God, it was so good.
Wow.
I'm not eating pizza anymore. I'm eating calzone.
You're a calzone man now.
Oh my God. Do you know what it means, Joe, for calzone? What it translates to?
I don't actually.
I think what it looks like,
Oh, wow. Oh, stop it. The thing you are doing on the camera right now is disgusting.
Calzone means trouser leg.
Trouser
or
leg?
Stocking. That's
it?
what the Italian... Yeah. Calzone. It's a trouser leg.
Yeah, I actually knew that, didn't I? Isn't that just...
I don't know if you... I don't know if you knew.
Yeah, Duolingo, man. That's on there.
Yeah. So calzone means trouser leg. So that's what it looks like, I guess, somehow.
Sort of.
Yeah, so but
it's got me craving some stockings now. I'm starving.
Sprinkled it with the shichimi tagarashi stuff as well.
Nice.
Oh, life doesn't get better than that, Jeff.
Honestly,
that's what I've exceptionally loved.
Get me down to yours, man. Ping pong and calzones. What I need.
Hang up. Let's end this podcast.
Let's do it.
Get in your... you haven't got your car, hasn't arrived yet. Get in your whatever it is you're travelling. Just get down here, Jofers. Come on.
Cheeky 7-hour bike ride. We got this.
Yeah, do it.
Easy. Let's do it.
It's been a pleasure as usual. Let's end it. Let's call it a day. Look forward to next week, Jofers.
Nice one. Catch you in a bit. Bye.
Catch you later, Jofers.